Okay, we can go live to Zurich right now. Umbrellas in arms of the England players as they board the team coach. Anton, over to you.
Yeah, James, it's a bit of a soggy end to one heck of a tournament, isn't it? Because when the players arrived here a month ago, it was 30 odd Celsius and sunshine and smiles, and now it's all umbrellas and, well, just rain. But no regrets, because England are leaving Zurich as European champions, and that is something they probably didn't necessarily think possible during this tournament. Well, we didn't think possible anyway, because they put us through the emotional ringer during the tournament, didn't we? But the players themselves tell us they never stopped believing they could do this, even if they've decided to do it the hard way. Because England's players leave here all smiles, maybe a few blurry heads, after one heck of a celebration here at the hotel last night. That's probably why they're coming out very, very slowly in dribs and drabs. The players are around the back, sort of, milling around, getting ready, but at the same time, probably in no hurry to leave, because the plane won't leave without them, will it? So, yeah, the players are making their way out very slowly. Here they come out now. Led by Hannah Hampton, the player of the match in the Euros final. What a tumultuous journey she's had as an England player. Having to fight hard for her number one status. So much attention on her, considering, the Mary Earps retirement just before the Euros thrust Hannah Hampton into everybody's, everybody thrust her into the limelight, so everybody would talk about her. Now she leaves as a Euros winner. She is technically a 2 times Euros winner as well. I was speaking to her after the game last night. She couldn't quite believe it. She was actually supposed to do a press conference because she was player of the match, but was just completely consumed. Couldn't quite believe everything that had gone on. So obviously, she just took a little bit of time out and just came and spoke to us afterwards. But yeah, Hannah Hampton, one of the stars of the tournament. Speaking to the fans last night, they think she should have got player of the tournament and not Tana. But Matty, there is Jess Park, who made a major tournament debut. Lauren Hemp with a Lego replica of the hotel they've just been staying in. Niamh Charles as well, penalty taker extraordinaire when England needed her to step up off the bench last night. She was fighting, wasn't she, hard to get into that starting lineup, but it didn't quite happen. But she certainly made her mark when England needed her, because everyone else was nervy, didn't know who was going to step up and who was going to sort of miss or not. But Niamh Charles had absolutely no doubt when she stepped up, took that penalty and helped put England into the history books. So like I said, the back-to-back champs slowly making their way out onto the bus. Understandably, in the pouring rain here in Zurich, not really wanting to spend too much time outside. Don't blame them, to be honest. The weather is absolutely grim all of a sudden, as you can see. I'm glad I'm not in front of the camera because I look rather sodden. But yeah, the players are slowly coming out. And they're going to have another celebration on the bus, don't you worry? We heard the bus driver accidentally playing some music before, which kind of surprised us all. So yeah, I think the England players are, here we go, more are coming out now. Esme Morgan and her pillow. She takes a pillow everywhere. She always likes to be comfortable. I admire that as a man of a certain age these days. I think it's interesting because Esme Morgan came into this England lineup in the semi-final, made a huge impact, didn't she? When she replaced Jess Carter. But Jess Carter, the player who was preferred last night, and obviously had one of the games of her life. The England players telling us after the game that it should have been her was named player of the match, not necessarily Hannah Hampton either. And Hannah Hampton admitted that herself. So yeah, the England players all getting behind the Gotham centre-back who's due back. There's Arjen Vuring, the England assistant manager. His last day as an England employee with a medal around his neck. He's off to go coach the Netherlands. After this, he's going back to his home country to try to, presume, get them out of the group stage, which is where they left the tournament. So Arjen Vuring there, his last day as an England employee. What an impact on the team he's had over the last 4 years as Serena Wiegman's number 2. Players absolutely love Vuring, the way he talks to them, the way he gives them clear and precise instructions about what's exactly expected on the pitch. And he's walking away with a match ball as well. There he is. There's Lotte Wubben-Moy, her third consecutive tournament. Now, she didn't get any minutes, but this morning we saw her going for a run around the hills around here, which just shows the supreme athlete and competitor she still is, despite the fact it was, 12 plus hours after one of her finest moments in an England shirt. She'll be back for Arsenal in pre-season relatively soon, I'm sure, after the celebrations and a brief holiday, because she'll be wanting to push her way into that Arsenal starting lineup and then back into, obviously, England reckoning. So, yeah, the England players, like I said, very slowly making their way out. It would have been really nice, wouldn't it, if they come out all in one. But, hey, they can do their own thing because they're champs, and that's what champs do, right? So the players will eventually make their way on the bus, drive to Zurich airport. From there, they will depart to London. From London, they will go to Downing Street for a special reception, I think hosted by Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner. And then tonight, they have another night of partying. Family, friends, probably a bunch of people that have called them up after years away saying, hey, fancy a beer and celebrating. And I don't blame them, because it's going to be one heck of a night in London tonight before, remember, that open-top bus parade through the streets of central London tomorrow, because the players have been in this very fancy bubble over the last month, I suppose. They've wanted to get away from the noise. They've wanted to get away from the hype. They've wanted to get away from the expectation. Well, tomorrow, all of that will hit them again when thousands of people will line the streets. They'll be waving their flags. They'll be singing their songs. They'll be cheering for the champs, because the champs brought it home and they are soon coming home.
Anton, look, we're making you work harder. Actually, I should say the players are making you work hard by taking their time getting on the bus, but they can be forgiven for bringing the trophy home. Look, you mentioned friends and family. Look, can you talk to us about what they've been through throughout this tournament? Because the Lionesses certainly didn't do it the easy way, did they?
No, not at all. And there's Lesia Russo, who didn't do it easily. Kira Walsh, Amaya Letizia, Les Russo, I mean, my word, the hard yards that she's put in during this tournament. She obviously got the all-important goal to send this game to extra time yesterday. And yet, there she was, sort of, like I said, she ran herself ragged during this tournament. She necessarily didn't get the goal, all the goals that she wanted, considering she came in the best goal-scoring form of her life. There's Beth Mead as well, who had a dramatic tournament, a dramatic penalty shootout last night. That double step for the penalty had to be retaken, the penalty save, but hey, England came through. Right behind her, England's Iron Woman, Lucy Bronze, playing the tournament with a fractured leg. I cannot believe I'm saying that, playing the tournament with a fractured leg, and yet somehow she managed to get through. She was the player that rallied the troops after the defeat to France. She was the player that set the standard throughout the whole thing. England's most capped player at a major tournament now leaves as a back-to-back European champion. You can see the struggle on the walk because she is in that much discomfort. But hey, Lucy Bronze will not be caring. There's Leah Williamson with the trophy. The captain raising it for the fans. There you go, Leah Williamson with a little nod to the fans. She was in chat to her after the game last night. She was saying, look, this isn't about me. I might be the player that's lifted the trophy, but this 23 is the first team to leave foreign soil with a trophy. And she is always the most sort of magnanimous player to put it back on the defence. She called it one of the greatest defensive performances in English history last night. And she's pretty much right, because England went up against the world champs, didn't she? So they went up against Alexia Putellas, Aitana Bonmati, Esther Gonzalez, and yet they walked away with the victory. They were pinned in for large parts of this game, weren't they? They were backs against the wall at some point. The first half, especially as it went on, was tough viewing for England fans as the possession was dominated by the Spanish opponents, and yet somehow England did it again, didn't they? They dug deep, they found a way, and they somehow made it all the way. There's Serena Wiegmann behind Anya, the general manager there. Serena Wiegmann, 5 consecutive finals, her 3rd Euro success, 2nd with England. Thumbs up for the fans. And of course, there's Jill Scott behind her as well. He's been there for the players, supporting the players throughout. The players, here we go. Everybody now finally getting on the bus. England are about to come home. So yeah, it's been a long month. It's been a long month for the fans. It's been a long month for the players. It's been a long month for the staff. It's been, as the players were telling us last night, an emotional roller coaster, but it's a roller coaster ride they will never, ever forget, because England, despite the fact we thought they were going out in the quarterfinals, despite the fact we thought they were going out in the semi-finals, despite the fact at times it looked like they may well lose the final, they are returning back to the UK as back-to-back champions. They are returning as the first England team to win a major tournament on foreign soil. They are returning back, dripping in gold, the trophy on that coach. They are coming back as European champions. Not many people would have thought that when they were 2 goals down to Sweden. Not many people would have thought that when they were on the ropes against Italy. But now here they go. The team finally departing as they head their way up the hill, honking for the fans, and they are on their way to Zurich Airport because England brought it home and now they are finally coming home.
Brilliant, brilliant work as always. Thank you so much.